subsidizing the eventual cost of all the environmental damage that they're doing. So I think there's little doubt that sometime in the next 50 years there's going to have to be an extremely costly global effort to remedy the causes of climate change, probably water pollution, water shortages, stuff like that, that are driven to a large extent by animal farming. Sooner or later, that bill's going to come due. Basically, the people who are doing the damage are paying nothing for them. It's like running up a gigantic credit card bill and then handing it off to your kids to pay it. I think that the sensible solution is to tax these products, not just meat, but it will get a big price tag based on the environmental damage it does. If that were to happen, the prices would go up a lot. And I think that would have a huge effect on people's behavior.
Dr. Brown is advocating for a market-oriented solution to end livestock raising and promote a vegan way of living. He believes that consumers will stop purchasing animal products when there are many animal-free, meat-like substitutes available at a cheaper price.
I think that strategically, the only way that you're going to really make a dent in animal farming is by taking advantage of the fact that you can produce something that's nutritionally equivalent to the least expensive unprocessed meats for less than 4% of the cost of those meats, just using plant products, basically soybeans, other legumes, grains, and so forth. That, I think, is a huge business opportunity for some, a forward-looking food manufacturer or investor, because if you could take advantage of the low cost of production and produce a product that was the sort of sensory equivalent and had the cooking properties and handling properties of unprocessed meat, and sell it for half the price, all you'd have to do is show them the price tag, and I think there would be a strong incentive for people to change their behavior. People's food purchasing is very price sensitive. If you look at smoking rates, the biggest driver of the drop in smoking rates in the U.S., I think, has not been the little labels on the cigarette packages that talk about how unhealthy it is. It's a little label that says how much it costs.
Dr. Brown also endeavors to help push forward the mass production of inexpensive meat alternatives, which he feels will be readily embraced by the public.
Basically, a significant fraction of my effort right now is actually trying to organize funding and a strategic plan for large-scale manufacturing of meat analogs to be sold to the mainstream consumer on the basis of lower price and equivalent quality. People who don't care about their health, they might just say, I could buy a pound of ground beef for $1.50, or I could buy this stuff that everybody tells me tastes the same, it looks the same, handles the same, and so forth, but costs half the price. Well, I've just started over the past month or so seriously talking to people who are venture capitalists and investors and about what I think is a tremendous investment opportunity, because if you can make a product that you can market to the mainstream consumer and could take some share of the current market for meat products, in the U.S. alone it's $150 billion a year. If you had 1% of that, that's $1.5 billion a year. That's serious money. I'm not interested in starting a food manufacturing business myself. I'm just interested in catalyzing this. But anyway, there's been a lot of interest, and I feel like there's really a compelling business case for this if people are willing to kind of think enough outside the box.
Dr. Brown also has plans to form a research group as part of his efforts to change government policies which currently support and encourage animal farming.
The other thing I'm doing is I'm actually trying to organize a scientific study to just look objectively, to have basically the world's experts on all these issues do a systematic study that compares the economic, environmental, food security, and public health costs and benefits if the developed world were to switch entirely to a plant-based diet or to various partial degrees. I just want it to be done rigorously and scientifically, but from everything I know, I think the answer is going to be it's a huge win in all those dimensions to make this transition away from animal-based foods. And if this study is done, which I'm trying to organize as part of a group, National Research Council in the U.S., by a really authoritative group, I think it will have a small but significant impact on some public policy decisions.
We sincerely thank you, Dr. Patrick Brown, for taking time to discuss your brilliant, benevolent efforts to stop all animal farming and encourage the adoption of the vegan diet. May this goal soon be achieved, with humanity always making eco-friendly, healthful, and compassionate food choices. For more details on Dr. Brown, please visit brownlab.stanford.edu. Eco-aware viewers, thank you for joining us on today's program. Coming up next is enlightening entertainment after noteworthy news. May we all forever be pure of heart and noble-minded.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/PE